Okay, so I would have preferred to do this closer to after the direct aired, but as I said in the predictions, I was traveling at the time. But coming out of the direct, I thought it was pretty damn good actually. Like it wasn't amazing, and they probably didn't have as big of announcements as people wanted, but I really enjoyed the thing. And I'm gonna do this a bit different than usual. Um, I made the traditional just throw everything on like I've done with all of these, but to actually have something in the background and so to also make sure I don't miss anything, I've got a tier list here, and I'm just gonna go through everything one by one. Say what they showed off if I care about it, all that junk. Some things on the tier list, like some of the amiibo that they announced. I believe just the Galaxy and Metroid ones were not on there. Um, One thing you gotta know about me is I will buy every amiibo they make, no matter what. I'm in too deep. I have probably about 70% of the collection so far, so I'm not gonna back out now. But once again, like they did with the Bonanza and the Street Fighter and the Tears of the Kingdom amiibo, the new ones, these prices are absurd. I waited for sales for the Street Fighter ones. I got those 50% off. I'm hoping that these go on sale too, cause like no one's spending 50 bucks on an amiibo, but clearly they're confident in enough. Maybe the way they're making profit is the retailers are buying them for so expensive, and then when they get clearanced off, everyone else gets them, and they can bank on some idiots, myself included, probably, buying them for full price out of FOMO. So we'll see, but the prices are annoying, but the figures look great. I guess I'll just start with the tier list though. I've got various tiers. This one obviously I'm just super excited for something. This one's like something like Yoshi. Well, I'll buy it, I'll play it, but I'm not like excited for it. Here, there won't be much stuff in here. It'll just be, yeah, I'm a collector, so like was evidenced by the amiibo tangent. If something here was shown off that I'm not totally sold on it, if there's a physical copy, sure, consume more. This is just like the junk they revealed, like the talking flower. This for stuff that we already knew about, that I care about, but it's like whatever. It's not like there's anything new, and then don't care. There's a lot on here, and frankly, hopefully this will make the video a bit longer if we do it this way. Probably not too much, because I don't want to sit here and talk for fucking 20 minutes. Probably in for like 10 to 15 though. Regardless, FF7 remake. Already knew about that. I care. I have it on PS4 and I have the PS5 version as well because I'm dumb as hell. And to evidence me being even dumber than dumb as hell, I haven't played either. Um, when I do get around to it, I will play the PS5 version. But I'm kind of waiting for all three parts to come out, and even then, I'm just not too excited to play. Like, I'll get to it, but it's not on like a high priority on my backlog. Um, Human Fall Flat Switch 2 edition. I haven't bought the Switch 1 edition yet. I'll get a physical copy of it, but if they make a Switch 2 physical copy, I'll buy it. 2 Point Museum, I don't care. I don't really care about like those games Overcooked. I tried to play Overcooked recently. It was kind of boring, like even with friends. I don't know, it just doesn't really do much for me anymore. Uh, the Mario Galaxy movie, very funny that it leaked through Old Spice. I know technically it also got listed online beforehand, but I think it's funnier to pretend it is purely just Old Spice leaking it. That's very funny. Like, very funny. I'm surprised they're going straight to Galaxy. I would have expected Galaxy to be like the third or fourth movie, but I guess we're just going straight there. I imagine the third one at this point is probably Odyssey, but I don't know where they go after that. So I'm curious to see. Hopefully the second movie's better. I think with these video game movies that become a franchise, each one tends to be better than the last. So hopefully that's the case here. 'Cause I thought the first movie was okay, but it wasn't anything to write home about. The references were fun though. Link's Banner of the Spark, I don't remember a thing about that. Power Wash Simulator 2, I can respect the Power Wash homies, but I'm not really my thing. Disgaea 7, it's a big RPG franchise. I'm an RPG guy. I don't know too much about Disgaea, but I've had it recommended to me. I know it's good. I'll get to it eventually. We already knew about it though, so. Galaxy 1 and 2, this is fucked up. They're charging 70 bucks for this shit, and I have 3D All Stars, so like, I would prefer if they just release Galaxy separate as its own standalone physical copy, but they're not. So instead, if you want Galaxy 2 physical, you gotta buy Galaxy 1 as well with it, and they're charging $70 for it, which is absolutely insane. But regardless, I'm excited for another means to play Galaxy 2. I have it on the Wii, but I'd rather play it on modern platforms, mostly just because I can take it. I don't have to bring my fucking Wii to college then. Um, Galaxy 1, this is kind of a common trend I've noticed. Galaxy 1 is one of my favorite, like, non-story based games ever, but the trend I've noticed is that so many people who say that haven't actually played much of Galaxy 2. And that's myself included. I don't think I've made it past like 10, 20 stars when I played it back on the Wii when it came out. And that's mostly because I was super young, so I'm excited to get around to it when it's out on Switch too. Well, I guess one. Overcooked, I already kind of talked about this with Two Point Museum, except I do care slightly more about Overcooked, because at least it was fun at one point, and I'm sure I would enjoy it. I just need to, like, go in with a more open mind or play with different people. Dynasty Warriors, I like the licensed Warriors games, or at least some of them, but I don't give a shit about the standard, just basic Dynasty Warriors. New Fire Emblem, super coming into this and coming into pretty much every show recently. I've been saying, give me Fire Emblem or Ace Attorney. One of the two, and I'll be happy no matter what. We got the formal. I don't love that it's like seemingly in the same universe as Three Houses. I assume it's kind of a Shadow Dragon to Awakening thing, where it's so far in the future, which would make sense given we've seen Sothis, but aged up a lot. And I assume like the trope with Fire Emblem gods and dragons and all that bullshit is that they age super slowly, so if she looks that aged up, it's probably been a super long time since Three Houses. So I guess it shouldn't be too bad. We'll see the descendants of all the major characters. I know people have kind of theorized who's who. Um, I haven't. I just haven't really had the time. And plus, at this point, I'm just kind of waiting for the game. I don't feel the need. I don't feel the need to like speculate over stuff like that as much anymore. I'm also just waiting for the game and then seeing what it's like when it's actually out. But yeah, I'm very excited. Sometime next year, I'll buy it. I am kind of surprised you didn't get a remake of FE4 or like a Port of Awakening first. But that'll probably be a stopgap in like 2029 or something. I don't know. It's Tomodachi Life. Very excited for it. We didn't really see that much new, I think. And we still don't have a release date, surprisingly. But we do have a release season in spring, so excited for that. Like I said with Fire Emblem and Ace Attorney, Tomodachi Life was that third thing that I wanted for so long, and now we're finally getting it. Which, speaking of Ace Attorney, I think that, there's been rumors that we'll see, 7 at Tokyo Game Show. I'm not holding my breath, but I am holding my breath more than I have in the past for something new for Ace Attorney. So, really hoping it's about the time. Last night I finished my replay of, um, Investigations 1, which I guess it would be funny if I showed that off real quick. Um, I made a howlongtobeat.com because I'm a fucking loser. And, I've been, like, fucking infomaxing on my games, revealing everything as I finish them, and I want to go back in time and log things, so you can see, like, my review scale and all that garbage. Investigations is the worst Ace Attorney game, but I still really enjoy it, because I'm an Ace Attorney pilled attorney cell, so I'll play anything they put out. This is another instance of these Switch 2 editions. It's a game I care about that's getting a Switch 2 edition. If it gets a physical copy, which I'm not sure for any of these, because they're all indie games, but if it does, I'll buy it. Not till it's on sale, but I'll buy it. Monster Hunter Stories 3. Yeah, I have Stories 2. I got it super cheap. I intend to hunt down a physical Stories 1. Eventually. Don't want to spend much money on that. In fact, I don't even feel the need to get a new copy with the 2 digital code in it because, well, like I said, I already have 2 physically. I'm hoping that for Stories 3 they make a new amiibo line, or they restock the ones from the first game, because those things are like well into the hundreds of dollars if you want to get all of them. Or if they could just make new ones. Either or, I'll take either. Mortal Kombat, don't care. I really don't. Just not my thing. I'm not big into fighters, and when I am, it's like something like Smash, because I'm Nintendo pilled. Hades 2. I have the first game physically. I don't know why I keep switching tabs. but I'm not like I haven't even played it, but it is on the backlog to get to eventually. Um, Suika Game Planet. Listen, man, I fuck with some Suika. What the fuck? I fuck with some Suika game from time to time, but I'm not gonna like buy it. Like that's something you play on your browser. So I'm good. Also, I don't like the gimmick. Maybe I'm a Suika game purist, but I don't like how it's a fucking like ball in the center that everything goes to. I just don't care. EA Sports Football Club would be my guess for that. Yeah, sure. I don't care at all. Rosalina storybook. I'll buy that. It's cool. I'm stupid. I'm a collector. That's just how it is. Airriders Amiibo plus a second direct. I guess I'll put this here because of the Amiibo. They said there would be more, so I'm hoping we get a Chef Kawasaki. I imagine it'll probably just start with like Meta Knight and DDD, and then if those do well, they'll branch off to maybe Kawasaki, Gooey, Susie, who knows. I can't imagine they give us too many of these, and also the way they're formatted, like, welcome back Skylander Superchargers. um, Prime 4 Beyond, already knew about, already cared. Not too much else to say. Same with Dragon Quest 1 and 2. Mario Tennis Fever, we did not need another Mario Tennis. I am a Mario Baseball fucking warrior. I love those games, as in the Wii one. I haven't played the GameCube one. But the fact that we got the Strikers, and I thought since we got the Strikers, maybe we would actually get baseball. But nope, we're just not gonna get it. And I don't. Eventually, surely, we're gonna get it. But for now, it's not coming. We're getting tennis again instead. At best, this game would be like a 6 out of 10. Which, there's no way, I don't see this being above a 6 out of 10 or under a 6 out of 10 in any universe. Maybe the story mode's good enough we can get to 6.5. I don't know. Age of Imprisonment, I'm excited about that. I think the two games for the rest of the year that I'm going to be buying, like before, like, I'll pick them up day one and play them on day one. All Age of Imprisonment and Legends ZA. Bonanza DLC. I thought it's not that good, and it's not worth the price, and it's pretty short. But I'll buy it. I don't really know where to put this. I think there's not really a spot to put it. I guess more teals. Uh, yeah, sure, man. That'll go there. My loud ass keyboard. This is why I made these beforehand. Virtual Fighter 5. I don't care. Switch 2. Version of Mario Wonder. That has to get a physical copy, so it's up here, unlike these, which we don't know about it. I love Mario Wonder. It would be cool to get it expanded upon. The co-op, or yeah, the co-op modes they added look super fun, so I'm excited for those. Um, Really just another reason to go back to an outstanding game. Dragon Quest 7 Remastered. The game is kind of hideous. I don't know. I just don't think the art style translated well, but I am excited for it. Well, okay, I'm not like excited. Like, it's one of these games. It fits in this tier more so than like it's better than these three. Fuck it, more tiers. This is the this is the excited tier. The not freaking out over, but I am excited for it. You know, which I guess Pokemon Pokopia would go there too. This would have been my dream game as a child. It's like Pokemon X Animal Crossing vibes, which were my two favorite franchises growing up. So the fact that we're getting something like that is awesome. I hate the way the player character looks. I get it's supposed to be Ditto, but it's so ugly. Which is a shame, because the rest of the game looks cool. But god, that fucking Ditto is so ugly. So that's coming out next year. Lego Voyagers. This game doesn't look that great, but I buy any Lego game. Except when they don't make physical copies, and this one doesn't have a physical copy, so don't care. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. 2D platformers just don't excite me very much. I know I put Wonder. I spoke highly of Wonder, but like that game was special. This Yoshi game, I see it being at best like an 8 out of 10, but more likely a 6 or 7. It's just a standard 2D platformer, which doesn't really do too much for me at this point, and honestly it never has. Nintendo today, I don't give a shit about anything they do with that app, so we need more tiers. The I did not intend to add this many tiers. But I super don't care about that. Little Nightmares 3. I don't care. I respect it though. Talking flout. You know what? Fuck it. More tiers. I never do this if I'm doing like a tier list like by myself, because like I don't know. I find them fun to do, so I just kind of do them. But like this, yeah, I super care about that. That's awesome. I will be buying. You know what? Let's throw this in here there too. I'm not actually more excited for these than I am for these things, but come, they're so fucking funny. I will be buying both of them no matter what. The Virtual Boy, like coming to Switch with pretty much basically the whole library over time, I imagine. Um, excited for that. Sorry, I got a message I looked at real quick, which I guess Virtual Boy Nintendo Switch. I don't know why these are separate entries. I'm just gonna put that there because, well, actually no, that's the physical unit. This is the okay, but now it feels kind of weird to put put it there. And I'll put that back in consumer. We don't need the super couch here. That was just a bit. Um, Legend ZA, Mega Dimension. The Mega Raichu, it looks like they just wanted to make a Mega Pikachu. And I've gone through all of the Mega evolutions recent from like every game, and I've realized they've always just been kind of made. There isn't that many that are really that cool in my opinion. The coolest ones are like Charizard X, Gallade, Sceptile, those three, Lucario. Like those are like the really good ones, and then every other one's just like yeah, whatever. They look okay. Announcing DLC before the game even comes out is crazy work. The Greninja, Delphox, and Chestnut megas being tied to online play is stupid as hell because so many people are just never gonna get them then. Persona 3, I'll get a physical copy of it. Storm Lancers, I don't remember that at all. I think that was the first thing they opened with when they uh, transported themselves from the Mario part to the just traditional direct. Fatal Frame, I don't care, but I slightly care. I probably won't buy it, but I could see a world eventually where maybe it interests me. The Danganronpa 2 remake, I'll save that for last, because I'll put those together. Resident Evil, I just don't care. Those sorts of games just... I'm not a horror guy, and if I am, it's like a psychological horror. And at that point, those come best through, like, visual novels, in my opinion. But I'm also insane and just really like VNs, so that's part of it. Dinkum and Papucom, I don't remember much about. I think this was a farming game that looked pretty good, and this was a. It's made by the Ninjala people, but it's like a puzzle platform or co-op game. Both of these looked alright. Like I'm interested in if they get a physical copy, I'll look into it more. But if it's digital only, I won't care at all. Like I said earlier, when it came to Dynasty Warriors, I care about the licensed ones, but not if it's a licensed series I don't care about. Which, for example, One Piece, it just doesn't interest me whatsoever. Um, already touched on Resident Evil, and then finally Danganronpa. Remaking 2 is like me remaking a visual novel is dumb as hell. Like even the Steins Gate visual novel being remade, why is that happening? That's super dumb, especially since it already got a remake. Not an amazing one, but it did get one. But God, what's the point? It's just milking the franchise, which is kind of going against what apparently the last game said, which I haven't played it yet. I'll get to it. In fact, given this is 2 times 2, I assume it's Danganronpa 4. Either way, I don't know why I'm so excited for this, because I can't really think about Danganronpa without, like, getting kind of pissed off, because I think the writer is just kind of bad at writing sometimes. I think he's really good at coming up with good concepts, but his stuff is carried by the concepts. Like, for example, anything Danganronpa that isn't, like, in the killing game format is so boring. The character writing is terrible. But within the killing game, it works. But then even then, there's a bunch of twists I hate. Like, every big twist in the series, not every big one, but most of them, I just hate. I don't like brainwashing, I don't like any of that bullshit. I don't like fake out, oh, my microphone disconnected because it's telling me to shut up now, which I will in a moment. But I don't like the fake out, oh, everyone's still alive actually, or, oh, everyone's actually evil terrorists. Like, they're just lame twists, man. I don't care. erasing memories, like, it's all just fucking lame. But I'm still excited for it. I might do a video predicting the death order, or maybe I'll throw out multiple ideas for what it could be. Because frankly, I am still quite excited, even if I'm gonna talk so much shit. I'm very curious to see how it goes. But with that, I guess Fire Emblem, Danganronpa, Galaxy 2 are the things I'm most excited. Um, Pokopia is probably a bigger reveal, like a more exciting reveal than Galaxy 2. Yeah, you know what? I'll put that there. And then I'll just throw Dragon Quest up there to get rid of that tier that we don't really need. It's kind of redundant. But yeah, I guess that's everything. I am gonna record another one of these for my online survival series because we have a cast assessment to do. And it's not just gonna be me, there's gonna be a couple of people there. But I guess that won't even be publicized for a while. But yeah, I guess I'll just call it here. It was a pretty good show. I enjoyed it.